This is the Staff Meeting, the podcast where IT gets real. Brought to you by Millennium Business Solutions Group, we share the latest in cybersecurity news, tech tips, and trending topics straight from our own staff meetings. Whether you're an IT pro or just here for the jokes, we make complex tech simple and fun. Let's dive in.
Okay, we've completed the super secret double probation part of the staff meeting. And now we are to the Christmas edition of the staff meeting. Yes, I know everyone's so excited. And this is where we share tools that we may have used in the year 2024 that are like a big deal for us, that have helped us out a lot. And I'm going to go first. I'm going to share my screen and then anybody else can share. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to make sure I share the right screen. Here we go. And I go into my, now first thing I will say, I've been using the Arc web browser. It's changed my life. I could do a whole thing on Arc. It is so insane. It's a Chromium-based browser. It has different tabs and stuff on the left as opposed to going across the top. It's very command-based, Apple L, blah, blah, blah. It can do a variety. It also has some AI in it that it will summarize a page. It does a whole bunch of things. I could do a whole thing on this. It's unbelievable. And there's different profiles where I will log in as myself, or I'll go into the MBSG clouds. That's a separate profile with all separate cookies in there. Or I have an area where when I'm supporting customers, I'm going in there because it's very tough. A lot of times you need to sign into the Office 365 tenant of a customer, and it has the cookies of your login.
That's right.
So it's very difficult, So I flip profiles here so I can go and log in as a client into their tenant or whatever. But my thing that I'm going to talk about is Feedbin. And Feedbin is based on something from the ancient days when we had parchment paper. And we actually, Rob and I, we in high school, we wrote with like a quill, like it was a feather. We wrote off with a feather. Yeah, exactly. So everyone would say, reboot your feather. And in those days, you had RSS feeds, and the feed would push out and it would go to and clutter up your Outlook. The protocol is still around. And what it does is when anyone pushes something out on a website, in fact, if you have a WordPress site built into WordPress, a lot of people don't realize this, it will keep track of changes. And if someone subscribes to the website, it publishes those changes. So it's kind of interesting. So I created a bunch of different tags for different things that I'm following. And I found a web page where someone was kind of like next level in tagging, where they would tag something twice. Like there might be a YouTube site that is AI news, and I would tag them as both AI and YouTube. And the reason why is when I'm out walking the dog, I just listen to YouTube videos or podcasts, and it might be a mixture of these topics that are up here. So I do the usual thing that you guys all do, where to get it to sort a certain way, a number 01 and an underscore and a thing, whatever, right?
Old school. That's
very old school, right? When you had 8.3 character naming, this is all you could do. Before you had the long names with the quotations and whatever. So this right here, when you click on all, it's everything in this stack rolled up. If I click on AI news, it's just everything with that tag rolled up. So I can go through and look at Chinese robots. And these are the robots. You charge them, and then they want to be charged again an hour later. No. So the jokes only get worse from here.
Or the battery breaks, right?
The battery breaks, exactly.
Explodes on the way.
Right. Yeah. The battery is based on a design that they got from somewhere. So tech news is here. Cybersecurity. There's a site the Hacker News site that you guys put me onto. So I don't really have to go to those web pages. Whenever they publish a story, it's right here. And you'll get alerted, like you'll see something pops up and then it's a reader. You get to read it over here and you can mark it then as read. It then will darken, it'll be shaded, and you can just go through the latest stuff. Like if you go here, you'll see like the latest things that were just published minutes ago are showing up in this feed that's over here. So how do you add something?
Was the Bluey movie in your AI?
Did
Did
Bluey?
they make the whole Bluey movie in AI? I just saw it
Sonic the Hedgehog.
down the line.
Bluey the
Bluey
movie. Okay, from Gizmodo, right?
Oh,
Which, I need to be up on all of my Australian cartoons.
exactly. Yeah.
Bluey the movie. So there's also, again, you can go to YouTube and again, this is $5 a month. I'll probably subscribe because it's so helpful. Rather than me going to all the websites over here and clicking on them, it just all rolls up into this page. And so just to add a site, I'll show what that looks like. You just click add and you just put in the website you want to follow. And you just hit return. There is an actual hidden URL after here that it's looking for. That's part of the protocol, and CNET has that. And then it wants to know, okay, I found it. I found that protocol back behind here. See it right here, RSS news. Now I will tag it as tech news and click add. And now here's just CNET and all of their articles popping up. Here's the other tech news people, therot.com, I follow, other Marquez Brownlee, all those people. Or if I click on the heading of the tag, this is a roll up of all of these into there. And if I click all the way at the top, that is a roll up of everything that I've subscribed to. So anyway, it's called Feedbin. It's $5 a month. And it has, and one other thing I'll show real quick is, if you want to subscribe to a newsletter and you don't want the newsletter coming to your inbox, cluttering up your inbox, they give you an email address in settings, and you subscribe to their newsletter to that email, and then it emails it here. And so that's kind of a nice way that, you don't get up on any lists. And you can also, if they sell that list and you start getting emails that you don't want, there's a filter, which is kind of cool.
Well,
so that's, yeah, it's kind of cool. Yeah. So that's me. I don't know who wants to go next.
I got something that's gonna blow you guys' minds, I bet. So this is a tool that I think is the most important for managing Microsoft admin stuff, whether it be in their Microsoft portal or the admin portal, or the portal to Azure, all of those sites. There's long links and it's hard to get to all of those sites.
Right.
Think about that.
It's hard to remember them.
Well, exactly. So this is command.ms, and this is the site that you can reference to get to wherever you need to get to.
Huge, man.
In the portal. You can even search for, hey, I'm looking for Intune, and it's going to pull up all of the sites for Intune, even granularly to get to, I just need to see my Intune devices or get
Which
into
is like
the
a connection manager, right? Connection
100%.
manager.
Yep. So, and there's a drop down for all the different websites. So you can go directly into just, I want to see
really
intra
cool.
stuff. Want to go to reset the password. Hey, let me go check out the AED. Some of these things are hard to find if you're not very familiar with navigating through Intra or going into the Intune portal. So there's a lot of stuff here, and you can favorite these. But the coolest thing about this is not only that you can give this to a user. If hey, I need to find out what the online outlook is, you can grab that URL from here and shoot it over.
That's
Same
cool.
with all of the other stuff. However, this is when you become a power user. You can add this extension directly into your browser and start typing stuff in, and it'll go to that website based off of that search that you made. Starting with this right here, when you start to type in this command, it will start to search in here and start to
Wait, wait,
go
so
into different
that's a
websites.
plugin?
This is the plugin, and it's for Edge,
Oh,
Chrome, and Firefox. So this would work in also using Arc in Arc. So
yeah,
this is
I would for sure use that. That's totally crazy.
this is definitely
Yeah, so
my favorite tool
nice.
to use.
that's going down after the meeting. I am 100% installing that.
Agreed.
Really
and,
cool.
Yeah, no, I'm
and
doing that.
and the website for everybody is command.ms, cmd.ms. Just go there. It's very easy to remember, not too hard. The home portal. This is a GitHub project. A lot of stuff going on here. Shoot them on Twitter.
That's cool.
Hey, thanks for the great tool. All that stuff. You contribute to this.
Well, they change
They
these sites all the time, and
do.
if this guy's keeping track of them, I mean, my gosh.
all day.
Wow,
So,
that's a tough one to beat. I don't know. Does somebody have something?
that's mine.
I
So,
have
yeah.
something, but I
Right.
don't know if it can beat that, but it's helpful and along the same lines. So, and let's go here and here.
Rob's got his NFL draft picks up there.
Yes. Yeah, for next year.
Yeah.
So I'm sure many times if you're working with Microsoft, you've had to find the tenant ID or you don't know what it is, or for a client. While there's lots of ways that you can find it by going into the Microsoft portal or into Entra or Azure, this site right here called whatismytenantid.com will allow you to put in the tenant domain, and it'll tell you the ID. So as an example, if we put ours in mbsg.com and I click find my ID, I have my tenant ID right here.
That's cool.
Very
That's
cool,
awesome.
man.
So you can copy it to
Dude,
clipboard and you
find-
can use it. And so this can come
They
in handy
have
for
it
sure.
in Microsoft in 2 or 3 different places, always changing, never correct. And just to be able to like dump that in there is awesome. That's huge.
That
So,
is, yeah.
I will
it's
be
sometimes tough.
bookmarking that. That's huge.
That's a good one. Yeah.
So I'll go ahead and stop sharing. Short and quick, but definitely helpful
That's a
when
good
you
one.
need it.
Okay, Andrew. No pressure.
You got.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a few of them. I don't know if I could really beat that ultimately. There is a site that we typically do use, and I don't want to get too in depth with it just because of client personnel and information.
Sure.
But there is a or rather a platform that's utilized, and it's not just this particular product, but I think security has been kind of the name of the game for various
Sure.
various reasons and purposes, and one of which is I will bring up to surface is that bullfish training is
Oh, yeah.
is an actual platform that allows us as an MSP to send out two kind of modules, if you will. One of which will be a simulation, as
Yep.
if you were a bad actor and kind of posing as if, and we get telemetry back as to if the end user actually clicks onto that link.
Engaged with
That's
the
cool.
fake
Yeah,
email.
engaged with
Yeah.
the
Engaging.
Yep.
And the secondary after that would be an actual up-to-date training that the end users will receive. Let me see. I'm going to get into MBSG if that's okay.
Yeah, for
Just
sure.
to show kind of how it actually functions within the actual portal. And what you'll see is here in a minute, and I'll share my screen here. It's a little bit of a delay.
I will say that I got the test. Recently I've been raw dogging the test. So I don't watch the video, and I've been doing the test because it shows you the video, right?
Right.
And then it has the exam questions underneath it. And I thought, dude, I'm just go for it. Past couple of months, I've been raw dogging, just like, okay, show me the test. And I've been doing pretty good, right? And this past month, you might be able to find me. I missed one question, because I didn't read it right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was like, I get the thing, and I know that it's part of our compliance, and you have to see it. But I was like, I don't have time to watch videos, so I'm just gonna raw dog it. Let's get in there. Yeah.
That's exactly what I'll be
Can you
sharing.
find me or
yeah,
no?
I can let me select
To
the
see that I
actual-
failed the test?
Yeah, let me see if I can pull up yours right
If
now.
not, you can just
Here it
show an
is.
example
Yeah,
what
here.
it looks like. The telemetry is fine.
Let me
Yeah.
share again. I just wanted to make sure that I was sharing the correct client, which is ours. So here you'll kind of see the individuals in training, or and it'll show a status, right? So if an individual, say mine, completed the training, and then Mr. Randall has completed the training, so
Failed,
it will give
but
you
completed.
how to complete exactly. So it's a kind of a neat kind
It
of
is cool.
course to kind of
Like if you
display
click
multiple
on
scores.
the preview page at the bottom there, live landing URL, this shows you what the page looks like to the end user. And this shows the video that they have to watch, which I recommend you watch. And then it shows the quiz underneath there. So this is on protecting your security credentials and multi-factor and all that kind of stuff. So it's cool. Sometimes I send a picture of this to say, hey, this is the one that's coming out and whatever. But security is a continual process. And so you have to continually train and update users. And for many insurance compliancy, Andrew has to compile that report that you see on the screen as to who completed the training. And that report has to go back to at least be generated so the insurance company can see that people are at least engaging with the training. Yeah, so that's a big deal. That's great. It's a great tool. I love it.
Yeah,
And it is.
I
I
love
just
this
had a
tool.
client last week. Once I explained to them what I did, they were like, yeah, we want it. We want to do that.
There's
Yeah,
competitors
very
in this space. I think the other one that's known, that's well known is Know Before.
no before.
Yeah,
Know
yeah, that's
Before.
another one that this is from our friends at Kaseya. And so but it's good. It's all good. Yeah, I mean, it's a good product. And they've actually improved it in the beginning, the navigation, very similar to the other tool that Andrew worked with. I really feel bad because I did saddle Andrew with some tools that the GUI was really bad. This is one of them. And then it's been so
Big
improved.
fine.
And then Connect Secure from version 3 to version 4 is like so improved. So he's good now, but I would say last year around February, he was pretty mad at me.
Well, that was when he had hair.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's when he had hair. I know.
Back in
All
the
that
day,
happened
yeah.
in a year, right?
Yeah.
Yep,
I mean,
exactly. Yeah,
how
so
it is.
that's a combination of the kids and working with platforms.
I think other ones that we talked about were MX Toolbox. That's a cool web page to go to when you're trying to make sure that someone's DNS records are straight regarding
my DNS?
email. Right. I mean, Rob, you're looking for the holy trinity of the MX record, the SPF record, the DMARC record, and DKIM, right?
Yep.
And so you're wanting to make sure that all that's set up, and MX Toolbox shows you that.
Yep.
I'm trying to think of other web pages. I know there is one that I saw you guys use that show DNS records propagating around the globe. So when
That's
you make a
What's My
change,
DNS. It's called What's My DNS.
What's My DNS? Okay, so
Yeah.
that's a pretty cool tool also that I've seen us
I
use.
usually use that in conjunction with MX Toolbox.
Oh, okay. To see, once you make a change to the record, how far is it propagated?
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I've seen literally one show one thing and the other show another thing during propagation. So it kind of gives you a feel of like, hey, what's happening?
Right.
How long
right.
it takes to actually propagate around the entire internet.
And again,
We've seen-
that's why we do changes on a Friday, right?
Exactly.
To let that propagate throughout the weekend, right? So
It takes time. Yeah.
anyway, well, I think my most powerful tool in the toolbox is you guys, because you make me smarter and you make me look really dope. That's it for the meeting today. That's all we have. But I hope everyone has a great holiday season. We'll be off for a couple of weeks. And we will see everyone back in the new year with new fascinating tools and tips.
That's right.
All right, there we go.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Thanks, guys.
bye.
See ya.